Greetings, geeks. Welcome to episode 359 of Geeks in Space. I'm your host, Rob Commander Taco Malda. And with me is a group of glorious geeks, which we have to start with Nate, because tell us what's behind you, Nate.
It's a chalkboard with lovely chalk drawings made by my family and made with Hagemoro full touch color chalk, the finest chalk that money can buy.
I should point out they have not paid for this product placement. The finest chalk that money can buy. So earlier, Nate told us it was $9 for. Can you show us the pack again? Be like Vanna White for that stuff. That's amazing.
That's $9 chalk.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like $9.
Like Johnny Ives type packaging.
Oh my gosh! Oh, we have to talk about that, right? Or did y'all already talk about that?
Oh, hey, introduce you other geeks.
My name's Chris DeBona. I'm in California.
And I'm Rob Roseboom.
And your mic is way down for me, Rob. Well, folks, we are sitting right before Independence Day. Spider-Man is opening in theaters right now.
Oh, right. I should just leave this call and go see it.
Why am I here?
What is the story?
If this call gets done on time and I get the description field updated on time, I'm going to probably go and see it this afternoon. But that does depend on how fast my children can put their socks on, because that can be a varying time window from 7 seconds to 2.5 hours.
So you'll be seeing the midnight show is what you're telling us.
I might be. There's like a 12:30 and a 3:30. So if I miss the 12:30, then it's just nope.
Have you thought of Crocs maybe, or other sort of sockless footwear options?
Sure.
It is July.
Like moccasins, or even just slippers.
I'm excited.
Clogs.
I'm excited about all
Clogs,
these
baby. You guys are all about clogs.
So, folks, let's see. The other big media news that I feel we should address, Sandman.
So excited. So very excited. So Netflix has, I guess, greenlit a series based on Sandman. So yeah, it's going to be fantastic. I'm predicting.
Does this mean
yes,
we're going to see teenagers actively dressing like Dream in sort of full goth regalia again? I mean, come on.
You mean, I'm sure you mean death.
Death.
Well, yes, that too.
So, okay.
Here it comes.
So,
who's heard this story 9 times?
You've started a business selling silver onks. I knew it.
No. So, I grew up with Mike Dringenberg and that crew of Salt Lake comic nerds. And Mike ended up doing the artwork for the first, 12 issues of Sandman when they redid it with Neil Gaiman. Anyway, so Mike was sort of sweet on this gal, Cinnamon. And so Cinnamon was the model for the death character. Cinnamon died last year of
really?
like fast-acting cancer or something. So it's like there's a lot of tragedy. But yeah, it's death.
So it's got a huge budget. They're not saying what it is, but all
they
of them
huge. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So it's I guess so Amazon has the Lord of the Rings thing, which is like, didn't they say they're putting $1 billion into this?
Wow, really? That's crazy.
Really?
It's like some insane number of production, because they gave it like 4 years or 4 seasons, just some ludicrous number.
I mean, you could buy New Zealand for that. At that point, you should just buy the country, right?
At least parts of it, for sure.
I mean, it's like 4 million citizens, 30 million sheep. I mean, how much can that cost? $10? It's
right.
Dude, if one of our 7 subscribers is from New Zealand, then you've just cost us like a 15.
Stop alienating people.
Listen, if one of our subscribers or our future subscribers is from New Zealand, they know how much I love that damn country.
Right?
When I was 9 years old, I made a flour paste model of the country, and I sculpted every little mountain. I mean, I'm going to end up in New Zealand. I know it. This is how it's going to be.
If it all hit the fan, I would absolutely be thrilled to end up in New Zealand. It is really a great place.
Sure. But it's nice even without the fan shit hitting.
Yeah, it's
I
great
mean,
that they're throwing so much so much money at it, but I mean, as the Transformers franchise have shown, money just really isn't the most important part of the movie necessarily.
I don't know,
show.
man. Bumblebee. Remember,
Yeah.
it's the Logan.
Bumblebee was
of
good, but
the
all the
Logan of
rest.
Transformers. I like that.
It's really good. I liked it.
Turns out if you take it away from Simon Kinberg, you don't produce a big pile of stupid garbage. If you want to see something interesting, you should look up. Lindsay Ellis did the Hobbit duology, which is a 3-part series on what went wrong with the Hobbit. But the third act of it, the first 2 acts or the first 2 chapters of it are all really good, film criticism breakdown of why the Hobbit is a train wreck of a trilogy. But the third one is all about the production of the movie and what happened to the unions, like the Screen Actors Guild and all of that in New Zealand surrounding the production of The Hobbit, because basically that was the gold mine that they all needed to have happen. And they've got, Weta Digital and all those companies that are based out there, and their entire economy basically based on, them getting special effects work from Hollywood. And like some really crappy stuff happened. It's a really depressing story.
Like they would only hire sons of the first man for the production company and stuff like that.
Only the Meyer.
Yeah.
Is that how you pronounce it?
I don't know.
We need Bates here to bring our Lord of the Rings lore up to full force.
We're a little weak without him on this, so we should go to something new.
Right. That's right. Well, okay. There is at least one other computer science degree on this call: Turing Machines and Magic the Gathering.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, that's great.
It seems like everything is getting proven as Turing complete now. That seems like a hobby that people just have now.
It's not going to be, a real thing though until someone implements a Lisp interpreter in the Turing machine in the Magic card stack. So then it will have, kind of made the triumvirate of nerdy computer geek type things all together.
So there's a part of me that is picturing the stack from some Scala to Lisp to some punch card-esque collection of machines to handle the Magic cards. And then I just think, wow, this is, I'm not going to say it's a waste of time, because I don't say that. But
I mean, I like the idea that it all goes down to like a Mechanical Turk implementation where you actually have people drawing cards off of a deck. And I know that's not how it actually worked, because the story was like you actually had to draw one specific opening hand then he had like a 1 in 50,000 chance of drawing that hand.
What this tells me is that they're balancing people. The people who balance the cards before they release them, they probably have a solver, right, that basically runs the card against a variety of sample proven decks, right? Because we're sort of seeing the artifacts of a balancing equation from Magic, right?
No, that seems completely plausible.
So all the guy really did is he reverse engineered their solver, right? So what he should do. So when I was in my computer science program years and years and years ago, I basically reverse engineered the Taco Bell menu, and I predicted future Taco Bell items and prices. Because at the time, Taco Bell was very basic. It was, you had various containers and then various fillings and then add-ons for the fillings. But from that, you could derive every menu item, right? And then do you know what they did? They put 2 things together with the bean in between, and it threw off my algorithm, right? But for a while, it was spot on. I was off by a penny. I couldn't predict the names. That was just too marketing, right? I couldn't have told you the Gordita Supremo. I mean, I could have told you the Supreme part, but
once they came out with Duo tortilla technology, it's really big off.
And the breakfast menu was another level of revolution.
No. That was just more fillings. That was just more fillings, same container technology, right? So
they added cherry and really threw off the whole Gordupa recipe.
Anyways, what I'm saying is that much like my Taco Bell experience, the Magic the Gathering guy, he has proven the solver, right? So all they have to do is throw in a new container technology or add a new land or something. I don't know.
The interrupt. the higher level interrupt.
Exactly. Got to go to ring 0, baby. Anyway,
I'm glad that we start with a conversation about Magic the Gathering and Turing machines, and we somehow managed to work it back to tacos.
well, and you know, Taco Bell, they in 2 minutes they sold out their hotel experience in Palm Springs. They opened up a Taco Bell hotel. You know,
Taco Bell hotel.
There's a
That's kinda
Taco
fun to
Bell
say.
hotel. This, you know, I
What?
think they're doing it around like Coachella next year or something. But yeah, they opened up reservations. Boom, 2 minutes gone.
What's the profile on that, you think? What's the
I don't know, man. But they probably have like some like spa with like a Dorito dust,
Yeah.
you know, scrub and.
The nacho cheese pool. I look forward to.
Yeah,
That's all
we'll
I'm
link
saying.
to it in the description below.
Super gross. All right. Before we go to more actual legit things to talk about, Jumanji 3 trailer.
I'm excited.
I have not seen it yet.
So
Nor
here's
have
the
I.
thing that's awesome about it is that they're sending different people's personalities into the core cast.
Yeah, it's
So,
great.
so what is it? The Rock is Danny DeVito.
Yeah. And Kevin Hart is Danny Glover, you know, and he's like an old man, you know. Yeah.
So yeah, the shot in the trailer that's awesome is you've got Amy Pond looking at The Rock, and she's all like, "You're the guy I like," and it's Danny DeVito, and it's so great.
She's like, Spencer? Oh no.
But in all fairness, Amy Pond could basically be in any movie, and I'm gonna first of all still call her Amy Pond, and second of all, I'm gonna probably watch it.
Yeah. You know, she's really tall. She's like 6 feet tall.
She's like a model.
Well, no, but she's really tall.
I mean,
It's surprising,
models
that's all.
like the traditional model is like very thin and very tall, and it's like as far as I can tell, it's like an optical illusion.
Yeah. Yeah. I once saw Alice Eve in person when I was in London. And it was one of those things where it was like being visited by an alien presence. It's like she's so pretty, like the whole room just like gets blinded by light, and you can't even look at it, you know.
I have that same effect when I walk into I don't know, Gen Con.
Yeah, it's mostly though the feeling you get when you get probed. Rob.
Different alien experience.
Yeah, different.
The problem with Gen Con is that people assume you're actually doing Commander Taco cosplay.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, they're all
Because
dressed up like Gordupas.
Because if there's one celebrity everybody wants to be like, it's Commander Taco.
Now, I guess my point is more about relative beauty. All right. One of you guys put up the Babybirthing Centrifuge patent, which I was pretty excited about. That's
Yep. That's
that's
nice.
classic.
there's actual video too where you can watch someone use that method. They used to if your cat or pet was choking on something, specifically cats, it was a way that they used to teach you to dislodge the whatever your animal was choking on. You would grab it by the back legs or tail and swing it around.
Dude.
Yeah.
I mean, it does generate force in that direction.
This was all from the time where they thought that your baby needed fresh air and sunlight. So they built those baby cages that you would hang out your window in the big cities.
Are we
exposed?
Are we talking about ice now, or you know, like?
No, it was a real product. They thought that if you lived in the city and your kid didn't get a chance to go to the park, they built this thing like it sticks in the window
like an air conditioner.
Yeah, like an air conditioner, except it was a cage that had a mat and you could put your baby in it, and
That's
that way your baby could get enough sun and
if
outdoors.
we can combine all of these inventions together, imagine the market for it.
You spin around, the baby goes right into the baby cage.
Yeah, right from the canal to the cage, and then you have like a little thing that I don't know cauterizes and clips the umbilical. I don't know. The thing that I love about the photo is I don't know if you noticed at the catch point there was a net. I'm like,
we're not just trying to get it out. We're trying to get it out with enough force that we really need a mechanism. Yeah.
Safety is first.
Yeah.
When
So-
hurling your baby from a uterus.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
what happened? What happened? Like, was there afterbirth planning? I didn't read the patent. I really should. You know, I run patent search at Google, right?
That's why you get all the best patents.
Oh, you know, yeah. It's like International Invention Week or something a couple weeks ago. Anyway, not important.
So, do we want to go to a serious thing, or do we want to go to a fun thing next?
Oh, serious, definitely. You know,
Get some serious out of the way. Wikipedia. There is another war occurring between the admins and the foundation.
like the Wikimedia Foundation or
Yeah.
the Wikipedia subsection of the Wikipedia.
Specifically, it's the English language Wikipedia versus, I guess, the owners, the foundation. There is one fellow who has a fairly ludicrous percentage of all of their all-time edits, and he's mean.
Oh, right.
He's mean. And they don't like that, so the foundation banned him. And without necessarily caring too much about the details of it, it's pretty unusual for the foundation to actually step in and like directly ban the editors directly. Usually that's handled by them as like a committee.
How exactly was he mean? Is he just like terse? Is he just an asshole?
There's a lot of stuff. There were examples cited in the article, which I imagine if you spend a lot of time hanging out, like on the incel Reddit, you would find his crimes to be not significant. He definitely is terse, but there's also stuff about proper pronoun usage and transgender people and things like that. So
This is the guy from Virginia, right?
I didn't catch where he was from. Was it Fram? That's the name of the fellow.
Yeah, it's Fram. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they have alternative pronouns in Virginia.
They haven't let those in yet?
No, I don't think so.
Virginia's for lovers, though.
Yeah.
Just not that kind of lover.
Male and female lovers only need apply.
Yeah, it's intended
There
by
was
Jesus.
there was a glamorous sort of profile of this guy about, I want to say 6 months ago. Turns out he does like crazy, like hundreds a day sometimes of edits and cleanups.
Now I'm not sure that this is the same guy.
Oh, you think it's a different guy?
Yeah. It might be because I know the profile you're talking about, and I didn't. I don't remember if it was actually the same dude. This one, like, there was stuff like people felt that he was stalking them, like undoing their edits and like deleting their stub pages. And I mean, I'm not involved, so obviously I have no way of knowing if any of this is legit or not. The thing that mostly is interesting to me is it's not particularly normal, apparently, for the Wikimedia Foundation to like get up into their into the business of the committee itself, the editors themselves, and apparently that was because he was like actively like swearing at them in like posts and stuff.
What could go wrong?
It turns out people don't like it when you swear at them.
Right, especially
for the most part.
Boss.
And for the record, in the incel subreddit, that will get you moderated. So I just want to bring that up since
Which part? Well, we'll get you moderated. Swearing.
Swearing against the moderators. So
is there? I thought they got rid of the incel. They have a new incel, like they call it, like FinCell or blockchain cell to like trick people.
No, it's a weird story. I wish that we would have had a policy back in the day that we just banned anybody who swore at me.
But then we'd all be gone.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
that's
there
true.
would be no website.
There would be no internet if you weren't allowed to swear at people.
It's really true.
I'm pretty sure that like the third thing that was sent after the implementation of TCP/IP, after they figured out how to send text messages, it was pretty much an FU.
I can find out.
I'm sure it was legit for like the first week. What are you gonna go ask Vint?
Yeah, no, he's really nice. He's like the nicest person, you know.
A lot of those folks are.
When was the first screamer email with swearing sent? How long did he work that?
Yeah, you know.
What would be really interesting to figure out is who the first troll was. You know, how many people did you have to build up before the first troll showed up.
I think we know the answer to this. Oh my God, I knew this.
I mean, I'm not going to brag, but I think we might have been a fairly substantial contributor to that problem.
Well, early on, yeah, but...
You know what, with the huge trolling population that just is in every discussion attached to every episode of GIS.
Well, we can just blame that on YouTube, right? I mean, at least after YouTube started in 2008.
Right. I mean, a lot of the episodes that got lost in the middle there. I mean, there was some pretty heinous stuff in all the various forum systems that we experimented with, like Discuss.
Sorry. That's the idea. When we use Discuss after all those years of using slash code, it's just like, it's like a cobbler trying on Crocs. It's just.
So folks, that was my list for the week. Go back to tacos.
You had something funny. That was
there was a funny thing.
There was supposed to be a funny thing.
No, that was the Babybirthing Centrifuge.
No, but there has to be something else funny.
Oh man, Rob, that's usually your responsibility.
Rob, get funny.
Did you see the Three Halflings in a trench coat?
That I did like the Three Halflings in a trench coat fighter class.
Yeah, let's see. They've got
you had to do balance checks all the time,
right? And let's see. The power of 6 arms. You get 3 attacks instead of 1. 1 for each halfling. And let's see. At the 15th level, you have mastered the art of balancing 3 people in a trench coat, and your movement looks real, but not quite.
I don't know if I'd play that in a game, but I would definitely start a game of Baldur's Gate 2 with that class.
At the 18th level, you gain the ability called the one they called Steve. At the 18th level, you can call upon your buddy Steve to aid your journey. You are now 4 halflings in a trench coat. That's a pretty good, epic prestige kind of ability.
It kind of sounds like a Guy Ritchie movie. 3 halflings in a trench coat.
Dude, I just watched Aladdin, so I've got enough Guy Ritchie in me to last for a while, I think.
I have to talk about this. I watched the 2018 Robin Hood with Taron Egerton, Jamie Foxx.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Why'd you do that, Chris?
So bad. I was on an airplane. I was on so many airplanes. I've been on like 4 with 3 international flights in the last 2 weeks. No, so sometimes I watch bad movies, but man, it was,
way worse than the Russell Crowe one.
It was way worse than the Russell Crowe one. I was pining for Men in Tights maybe, but like every time they would go somewhere and it was slightly actiony, there'd be like these fire explosions in the background. And I'm like, you didn't have this much fire in the medieval times. It was a bad idea.
So many freaking explosions everywhere. Like what?
Yeah. And it's not like they were just like, hey, here, have some gunpowder. So when Taron Egerton goes by, you can light it on fire. These were practical people who cared about practical things. They were just blowing shit up for fun.
I did not find the movie to be very historically accurate.
No, it was extremely inaccurate. And the way that, the way they handled Maid Marian, and I love the actor. Like all the actors and actresses are fantastic. How did this movie get made? And I know there's a whole podcast, I'm sure, about this somewhere.
I was actually going to mention that because this week for How Did This Get Made, the movie is Jaws 3D. So guess what I watched last night?
It's personal.
So Jaws 3D is awesome because it is a 3D movie, and you get to watch. I'm watching it in 2D, obviously, because I am watching, a modern copy of it, and to see now is the part where we're gonna put the thing in 3D, and it's centered in the middle of the frame, and it's got clear matte lines with 1980s matting technology. But I'm gonna go ahead and just spoil the ending because
wait, come on.
Oh man, come on.
If you haven't seen it,
I saw it in the theater.
In the final scene, they blow up the shark in a move fairly reminiscent to the first one, but way stupider.
And
but for 10 seconds, there's guts flying at the screen. But then at the end, the literal jaws of the shark fly at the camera, spinning in slow motion, and then
Wow.
like stop in the center of the frame for like a second or two as you're just looking at Jaws fragments.
In my memory, now tell me if I'm wrong, but in my memory, the shark actually roars a little bit when it comes out of the water at the end before they blow it up.
It's
Like a
definitely
dinosaur.
making noises.
Yeah.
Are they
Although
like
that might be
lip
the dude
smacking or
inside
like
of it that's chewing, that he's chewing on.
like that?
What I will say though is that Leah Thompson is in it,
Who doesn't love Leah Thompson?
and that's like apparently I looked it up. It's like her first real entry on IMDb, and so I can't.
So she was like
her.
18.
Well,
you know, I mean, she was tiny.
She was 22, I think.
Yeah.
Jennifer Aniston's first movie was Leprechaun. So,
Right.
there you go.
Lucky her. See the luck, Leprechaun.
Mm.
Making the
Leprechaun's fun.
connections.
See what you did.
And I would say Leprechaun is actually more watchable than Jaws 3.
3D.
Sure.
This time it's personal. Wasn't that the personal one?
You know, it's hard to tell. None of the Jaws felt
I think-
particularly personal to me.
I think 4 was the one because that was Jaws Revenge.
That's the terrible one.
Oh, you're right.
Jaws
Yeah.
4 is much worse than Jaws 3.
You're right. That's the one where the shark roars at the end.
No, wait. Actually, hold on. Jaws: The Revenge. This time it's personal. Was also Jaws 4. Good. Okay. Good. Excellent.
It's good that we've worked all that out.
Mm-hmm.
This is after
worried
they
there.
killed off Roy Scheider, who is like my favorite actor in all time. Oh my God, it has Lance Guest in it. Lance Guest. Wow. You'll remember Lance Guest from the best movie ever, The Last Starfighter.
Ooh.
Mm.
They rendered that
Michael
on
Caine. Michael Caine.
Michael
What the
Caine,
hell is
man,
he doing in a Jaws movie?
Well,
Michael
he's
Caine-
got a famous quote about that too. He says they asked him about Jaws 4, and he says, "I've never seen Jaws 4, but I have seen the swimming pool it built."
Yeah. He's really open about doing shitty movies. He's
Yeah.
like, I just
Great
really take them right off the top of the stack. For a while, that's how I was doing it. I thought that was great.
Yeah, we were.
At least
We
he
were in
admitted
the,
it.
we
Totally.
were in the, we were in the cab from our hotel to the airport in London, and we actually passed by the filming location for the Kingsman. You know, so they had rebuilt the Kingsman storefront and all the rest. So I guess they have a third coming up that's kind of a prequel. So, and Michael Caine was
You're
in.
really into the Taron Egerton, man.
I am. It's
Have you
weird,
seen
man.
his Elton John movie?
No, I really want to see it though. I heard it's really.
I wish he was better.
Oh, wasn't that great?
No, it's fine. I
It's
feel
not
like
Elton enough.
I feel like he's kind of so I love Me the Kingsman, but
Yeah.
I feel like, and I haven't seen your Robin Hood movie, but I
That's bad.
feel like he's a one-note actor.
Yeah, yeah, he's a little too cute. He's a little too clever, you know. Yeah,
I just need a little bit more out of him, I guess. A little more dimension, a little more depth.
yeah.
He ain't gonna make me cry in a movie right now. That's all I'm saying.
Who would have been a
Yeah,
good
Elton
Elton John? A good young Elton John.
I don't know who you. I mean, he's well cast. It's just, and he's good for the movie that was made. It's just he doesn't carry the emotional gravitas that I guess like Rami Malek even did in the Bohemian Rhapsody. Rami Malek was a better actor than that movie than Bohemian Rhapsody deserved, and the Elton John one deserved a little bit better acting than they got out of Taron Egerton.
Mo Rocca should have played. No, I'm looking at. I'm looking at pictures of young
just
Elton
based
John.
on the eyewear.
Well, you know, he's kind of that same wide mouth. You know, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
I'm not a
folks.
casting director. I don't know if you've noticed.
You're not Allison Jones.
Allison Jones. No, I'm
Look
not
her up
Allison
and
Jones.
see what she's casted.
Was she the one who casted? There's a great interview with the casting director of Good Omens that is just fantastic to read. I'll find it and link to it
All
in
right,
the
we'll
description.
talk
as
about
well.
that next week.
Next week on Geeks in Space.
Right. Well, let's sign off here, and we will not be recording, I assume, on the 4th of July.
Well, yeah, we could do Friday or we could do 4th of July. We'll talk about this. We'll talk about this after we stop the stream.
Indeed.
I'm
Thanks
putting
for
up the
listening,
outro
folks.
card.
Do you guys want to say your goodbyes?
Sure.
Farewell.
See you later.
Goodbye.
All right, folks. Thanks for listening to episode 359 of Geeks in Space. I am Rob Commander Taco Malda. As always, you can find us on our Discuss or on our WordPress or Taco Zone or Discuss. We will
lobsters.
Happily,
we're on lobsters now.
We'll happily interact with you on MySpace.
Yik yak.
But we'll see you when we see you. Push the button, Frank.